Alright, imagine this. You're in your 80s, dealing with arthritis, heart issues, or just the general aches of aging. Then, suddenly, you find this community where you feel alive again, where you're not just surviving, but thriving. That's the story of this water aerobics class in Chicago's Washington Park. Except here's the twist. The city tried to shut it down. And now seniors are fighting like heck to keep their magical pool time alive. Let me unpack why this story is about way more than just pool workouts. First off, let's talk about Erick Johnson, the instructor who turned this class into something special. Certified since 2001, he wasn't just teaching moves, he was buying equipment out of pocket, and even brought in a Chicago Symphony Orchestra violinist for cool-downs. That's not a teacher, that's a curator of joy. But here's where the system fails. The Park District says he can't teach because he's not their employee. Wait, so bureaucracy over personal investment? Over community impact? Personally, I think this highlights a massive blind spot in how institutions value official credentials versus real-world dedication. Johnson's class wasn't some rogue operation. It was a lifeline for 60 to 90-year-olds who found mobility, social connection, and purpose there. But according to the Park District, none of that matters if you don't have their stamp of approval. Then you've got the seniors themselves. These aren't people asking for charity. They're organizing, attending community meetings, and demanding better. One woman, Terry Rudd, straight up says, "We are grown women. We don't want to be hiding." That line gutted me. Because this isn't just about a class. It's about autonomy. About refusing to be sidelined by policies written by people who don't live their reality. They even got a compromise. A 3-day-a-week class now, but only because lifeguard staffing is difficult. Let me translate. The system prioritizes beach safety for tourists over sustaining a program that's literally keeping seniors healthy and connected. What's the deeper issue here? Cities often treat older adults as an afterthought, not as active contributors deserving of resources that let them lead fulfilling lives. But here's what fascinates me most: the way this story mirrors a bigger cultural problem. We glorify hustle culture for young professionals, then stick seniors in the margins, like their time is less valuable. Yet these pool workouts weren't just exercise. They were social hubs, mental health sessions, and identity builders. One participant called it magical because it made them feel like kids again. That's the power of community-driven spaces. And when institutions like the Park District dismiss that, they're not just cutting a class. They're erasing a model of aging that's vibrant, active, and deeply human. So where's the hope? In the seniors themselves. They're not backing down. They want 5 days a week, not 3. They're turning up to board meetings, rallying their alderwomen, and framing this as a fight for dignity. From my perspective, this isn't just about water aerobics anymore. It's a case study in how communities can push back against bureaucratic apathy. And honestly, we need more of that. Because if a group of seniors in Washington Park can challenge city policy over a pool class, what else could we achieve if we stopped underestimating older adults as passive recipients of services, and started seeing them as the powerful advocates they are? That's the question I'll leave you with. What do you think? Could this spark a bigger movement for age-inclusive policies? Let me know in the comments.